soon-to-be presidential candidate, General Fonseka. Firstly, General, let me start off by asking you about what happened last night. We were told that the military police had been at your premises asking to take your security away from you. So if you'd like to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, when I was retiring, I had a contingent of 600 men for my security with about 25 vehicles. The day I was leaving the uniform, they said it had been reduced to 3 vehicles and 25 men. Even like, some expired politicians' wives like Mrs. Kadiragama, at the moment even they have over 30 security for them. So they thought that I don't need even that much of security. Then when I met President last time, the day I was leaving, I told him, you have to increase my security, 25 men not enough. Then I said, even people like Shavindra Silva, who was only a colonel when I was commanding the war, now got commandos, about 10 commandos for his security. Present Army number 2 has about 15 commandos for his security with about 50 soldiers. So he was trying to give me only 25 men. I asked for commandos. He said they are still in the army, those officers. Now you are a civilian, so therefore we can't give you the commandos and that much of security. So from the day before I removed the uniform, they thought that their responsibility to look after my security is over. So I think most probably that is the attitude, opinion and attitude, what Ranavira can expect in future. If the treatment method to me is like that, you can think what will happen to the junior ranks the day they get out of this place. So still they kept on reducing my security. Then President agreed to give me 50 men plus 10 commandos. Said send it in writing so that I will put endorsement on that. When I send it in writing, reference to this conversation, you agreed 10 commandos, 50 men, please give the required direction. They send the instruction, but that is not what I was supposed to have, what I will be satisfied with. I wanted to retain the security I had. The threat on me is still topmost. Even during the war, the first suicide attack came on to me. So everybody in the country knows the amount of threat on my life. I won the war. I led the army to win the war. And obviously, any terrorist will not take revenge from me, not from those who were sitting in air-conditioned rooms in Colombo and only giving political talks. So with all that background, they reduced my security to 115 men. That includes about 14 motorcycle riders, about 15 drivers, plus the admin people, everything else, and reduced to about 15 vehicles. 25 came down to 15. So I was keeping them because President Secretary about 4 to 5 days back, he told me that I can keep these vehicles and manpower till I leave this house, at least till I hand over the house and go. I wanted to vacate the house immediately. They gave me only 6 days to vacate the house. But the Navy commander who retired 6 months ago is still in the neighboring house with 120 people guarding him with 15 vehicles. So you can see I was CDS. They gave me 3 vehicles, 25 men. The retired Navy commander who retired 6 months ago still in the Navy commander's house with 120 people and 15 vehicles. So President Secretary told me keep these people till I leave this house. I am trying my best to get a house, but every time people promise me the house on rent, government send the thugs and intimidate them, tell them about blasting the house and assassinating their families. So these thugs are sponsored by the government. That's why they are not taking any action against them to stop this. Otherwise, there should be law and order in the country to take action against them. For that, government is responsible for not taking law and order. So then I find difficult to get a house. But I am determined to leave this place the moment I get a house, which I am trying to do. I don't want to live on the government or be a burden for the army like others who are hanging on. The previous commander who was there in the army before me, Yalkotava, lived in this house 3.5 months after his retirement, till he went to Brazil as ambassador. Last CDS lived in his house for 3.5 months, till last week, till he went to Israel as ambassador. They tell me to vacate in 6 days. So you can see there is no justice here. They all on what they are trying to do is to reduce my security, push them out so that I become a target, and they are waiting to see till I get assassinated on the road with 3 vehicles. Everybody knows, even a child in this country will know, I can't get enough security on the road. We are very vulnerable when we are moving in the traffic. The president still needs 2,000 people for security. Secretary Defense still needs 500 people plus about 20 vehicles for his security. How are they telling me to manage the 3 vehicles and 25 men for my security? That's not enough even to guard my house. So finally this was reduced, and still there were 15 vehicles, that includes some motorcycles, admin vehicles, the trucks for the soldiers to move, buses, everything, with about 120 men, which includes 14 motorcycle riders, some 19 drivers, some clerks and various people. So last night they came at 12 o'clock to my house, one lieutenant colonel from military police with some other 6 officers plus about 50 soldiers, tried to enter this premises 12 o'clock midnight. This is against the army norms or army traditions, law and order of the country, violating even the etiquettes like respecting a senior officer. You don't send people like that to even arrest a recruit who had deserted the army. So they violate all these things. They said they came under army commanders and the Secretary Defence's instructions. And I was also told by some people that yesterday Security Council, they had taken these decisions. So now the Security Council is planning to weaken my security to get me assassinated. When I was there in Security Council, we planned to assassinate Prabhakaran and destroy LTT. So now you see it has taken a different turn now. So under these circumstances, I had to reject them, refuse them, and I told them to get out immediately, middle of the night. Told my wife and I are here. And this morning I released the vehicles because they keep on harassing my drivers, my people who are here. They are reporting them absent. They are trying to block their salaries. Due to all this harassment, I released them. And I am managing with just the minimum numbers now, which is inadequate for security. So if anything happens to me, due to lack of security, President directly must take responsibility. It is not only LTT, maybe there are thugs who are manipulating things for the government, like those who came and misbehaved in the temple when I went. So all these people are assassins, they are drug addicts, so even they may be tasked to do some harm to me. So if something happens, the government must take responsibility, and I expect the people to understand this. I know they are all witnessing this. This is the way they put into practice their Apiyamiyanavi program. If I am treated like this, what are they going to do to the lower ranks in future? And people must be aware of this. I expect the people to look after my security and do whatever they can do to ensure that my life is not harmed.
General, do you think then that your life is at risk directly from the government, that the government has literally put a target on you? Would you say that?
Yeah, knowing very well, if they are not aware of the security threat to VIPs now, then why is President keeping 2,000 people for security? Why is Secretary Defense keeping 500? Why is Army Commander, who was only doing holding role task in Vavuniya, not even commanding offensive operation during the war, present Army Commander, why is he keeping 500 people to guard them? And last Security Council, State Intelligence Service head, DIG Governor said, I attended the last council on the 11th November. They said the explosive laden van has come to Colombo to target a VIP. So with all that, if they reduce my security, obviously they are doing it intentionally to ensure that I get blasted on the road. The problem is that if they attack me on the road, because I am moving with weak security, it will not only I who will die, there will be about 100 others who will die on the road. So they are responsible for all that. They are not concerned about the blast, bomb explosion on the road. They want me to move with weak